Thanks for joining me once again. My name is Sean Egglestone and I'm a registered dietitian, and this is going to be part 4 in my 5-part series on how to eat healthy on a budget. In this series, we look at the Dietary Guidelines for Americans, and it shows us exactly what we need to eat to follow a healthy diet. What is a healthy diet? And then, is it possible to eat this way for under $200 per month? And if you haven't seen any of the other videos, I recommend that you watch them first. They go over what the dietary guidelines are, how I made a meal plan out of it, how I shopped and cooked for those foods, and now we're going to go over the price. So let's jump right into it. So this right here is the complete breakdown of the meal plan. So for breakfast, again, I had oatmeal, banana, peanut butter. I don't eat milk or eggs, but this is the base cost, the minimal cost to follow the dietary guidelines. So they want you to have milk 3 times a day. They want you to have 3 eggs a week. For lunch, we're having rice, beans, vegetables, milk, and a fruit. For dinner, we're having more rice, a soy protein, a vegetable, milk, added oils, and then additional calories. So without getting into too much detail, I did all my shopping either at Walmart or a major national brand grocery store, and the prices are going to reflect about what's readily available for most people nationwide. What we have here in column F is the monthly cost. So for my oatmeal, $6.42 to have oatmeal every single day. I bought a massive bag months ago, a 25 or 50 pound bag of oatmeal, so I used that. But this price here, I just grabbed from your typical old-fashioned canister of oats in the cereal aisle at the grocery store. Bananas, they're about 79 cents a pound for organic. So they cost me about $7.90 for the month. Peanut butter, I went with the fancy peanut butter. It's about $5.55. Here we got milk. This is just $3.08 a gallon. Your store might cost a little bit different than that, but it comes out to about 19 cents a glass. And then you need a dozen eggs a month, 3 a week, so $1.20 a dozen, about $1.18 a dozen. Brown rice costs me under $5 a pound for the rice. So far things aren't looking too bad. Oatmeal, fruits, peanut butter, milk, eggs, rice, pretty cheap. Beans, very cheap. What we notice here, and this is really unfortunate, is how expensive vegetables are. Now, when I say vegetable cup equivalent, what I did was I took the cost per pound for almost every single vegetable in the produce section. So basically what this does is it gives me an average of how much it would cost per cup equivalent cooked for vegetables, and it came out to about $19 per cup equivalent cooked. I eat 2 cup equivalents, so it comes out to around 38. See here, this $19.05 per cup equivalent cooked for nearly any vegetable in the produce section. So this is all the costs for the whole breakdown. What it comes out to, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, is $167.62. That comes out to $5.59 per day to follow the dietary guidelines. I've got an extra $33. How would I spend that extra $33? So this is what I did. Everything in red I crossed out because I don't eat it. The stuff in yellow I just portioned out more food. So peanut butter. I don't like 1 tablespoon of peanut butter a day. I love peanut butter. I want at least 2 tablespoons of peanut butter per day. More rice. More beans. No milk. More tofu. I want 3 ounces minimum of tofu a day. You can't just have 1 ounce of tofu a day. That's like a little baby bite. I also added raisins, brown sugar, tortillas, and whole wheat pasta for this example of what would be a little bit closer to what I ate. The total cost came out to $198.16. You just ignore this 2,000 down here. This is all 2,600 calories. Now let's quickly jump ahead and show you the nutritional information for this diet. If you bought all this food and ate all of this in a week, it would meet the dietary guidelines for Americans. So this is just a rough list of what that would show, and it comes out to 2781 calories. So right around that 2600 calorie mark that we're looking for. It's got 91 grams of protein. It's got 56 grams of fiber, which is really good for your intestinal health. That'll help lower your cholesterol, feed your good gut bacteria, and it's really, really important for blood sugar management. So you get a ton of fiber from this diet, mostly from the beans, from the rice. Now, if you remember let's speed up. If you remember from the first video, one of the requirements was keeping the sodium under 2,300 milligrams per day, and also keeping the saturated fat under 10% of calories. And so the saturated fat works out to be under the dietary guidelines, and the sodium, which we'll see, works out really well. The added sugars we've managed because it only allows you to have, for me, 390 calories of additional calories per day. So the sugars works out, the fat works out, the fiber is awesome, the protein is phenomenal. Not enough vitamin D, but that's okay because you can just get that through a supplement or through the sun. We're not going to get into omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid ratios, but we would like to see better than a 13-to-1. If you saw right up here, it gives you a 13-to-1 fatty omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. You want more of a 4-to-1, and part of that's because of the peanut butter, but I'm not going to get into that right now. The sodium comes out to under 1,200 milligrams per day, so the sodium works out. So I just double check their work to show you that if you eat the way that they recommend, you'll meet your calorie needs, you'll meet your budget needs, you'll meet your fiber, your protein, your carbs, your fats. You won't go over on the saturated fat. You'll meet all your micronutrient requirements, and you won't go over your sodium either. So I'm going to conclude this. One more video that I'll make tomorrow night is going to be the final video, part 5 in this series, and that's going to go over what my professional opinion is on the dietary guidelines, what I think about them, what my experience was following them, and what my final recommendations are for what you should do at home to follow the healthiest diet possible. Thanks, guys, for watching. Cheers.